Kate, we've got a real problem down here.
Let me guess. 4 arms, wear cloaks, smell real bad.
Not fallen. Taken.
Thought we'd have more time. How bad is it?
Taken everywhere. Fighting the fallen.
Earth's gonna look a lot like Phobos if you don't find that stealth drive. Okay, you're gonna find a vault door. There's a trick to getting through it, so let me know when you're there.
The door's already open, Kate. We're inside.
And the flux grenades didn't detonate? I gotta get out of this tower.
What are the chances the elevator still works? We're heading up. Kate, when's the last time you rode this elevator?
Relax. It works fine. But stand by for a resurrection, Ghost.
From this height, I can pick up taken energy throughout the Cosmodrome. Oh, I was here, looking for when the first Fallen crews came through. It started with one skiff. A few months later, the Cosmodrome was theirs.
Waterproof your deck with Thompson's Water Seal. Protection, simply put.
How do we
Get
find
it
your
at
stealth?
Lowe's.
There's a bridge from the tower to the ship. Took me days to get it working. It's a little unstable, so watch your step.
Kate, someone moved the bridge. Destroyed the controls.
Yeah, that's the Fallen. Probably trying to keep the Taken off their backs. See if you can interrupt them.
There's still an active feed moving through those pipes overhead. Guardian, if you find the source, I can patch the circuit.
Once you get the bridge working, my stash is in the ball on top of the colony ship.
We're still waiting for details. Plan of yours.
Yeah, give me a second, Guardian. Alright, back in business. Hey, the bridge is already moving. Right to the top of the colony, left my stash, and watch yourself on that bridge.
Which way to go?
Yeah, up.
Look down.
Hey, you found one of my secret rooms. Good times. Help yourself to the glimmer, but leave exotics for me. When I get out of this tower, ooh.
There's nothing in here but fallen caches.
It's my loot? It's like good rules.
A jack of spades?
Yeah, I had a system deep trick of things. The royal cup stood for weapons. Spades meant high, clubs for Chrysler, diamonds for Amalon, and hearts. Well, hearts were for this girl I knew.
What was her name?
Don't you have a stealth track to find?
That seemed pretty mad. Holding a grudge, you know. Sorta.
Things won't get any easier on the Dreadnought. You find my stealth?
Are you sure it's still here?
It's like all things. You got where to look. Enter frequency 5982, Ghost.
Pod 10201. A guardian with exceptional light sealed himself inside. He's been in there for centuries. Before I found who, I tried to resurrect him, but he perfectly. He said the last war was for 1,000 lifetimes. There it is.
The best hiding places are always in plain sight. Transmat it out of there. I'll get it set up. Just a favor. If you think it's hidden, good for me. Be treasure for everyone on the Dreadnought.
It only took one blast from the Dreadnought.
When you're through, it'll never fire again. Just don't forget to plant the transmat link so other Guardians can land. Not everybody's got stealth tech, and a ship that smells like hive. Good luck, Guardian.
Activating stealth drive. I'm picking up fluctuations in the power conduit.
Relax. I modified the tech myself. Probably just Saturn's radio storms running interference.
It's malfunctioning.
Did you break my stealth drive?
You can see us.
I think they can see us!
What happened? All right?
Wouldn't we be alright? We're just ship transmat.
Don't what? All right. I'd like to tell you the strength of the city is behind you, but as long as that Dreadnought's still firing, we can risk reinforcements. Head out, see if you can find whatever powering them.
Same thing we saw right before Phobos fell apart. Might be some probe. Trouble.
accomplished.
Give me a second. I'll check with Eris. Yeah, she says it's probably just a resonance spell, whatever that is, so just don't trust anything. Any luck with the weapon?
We've only scratched the surface of the dreadnought.
Hive keep vital operations deep in the core of their architecture. You're gonna have to get your hands dirty.
There's a stream of interdimensional energy concentrated within that field, growing stronger. And something stepped out of it.
Stay on target. We need more Guardians on that dreadnought.
That energy powers the weapon. Cade, what do we do?
Okay, hold on. Eris is going on about breaking the necrotic... just shoot it.
Ah, there's a shield up. Let me take it down for you. Okay, it's down. But I'm picking up other channels to the weapon.
Find them. It won't stop firing until you shut them all down.
The weapon's cycling down. Let's find another channel. Engines down! Kate, what's our next move?
We need that transmat zone running. There's a massive hull breach near your position. That'll be your best bet.
Cabal ship. Skyburner's colors. Must have deployed from Phobos.
Cabal. We'll deal with them later. Secure the transit zone.
Transmat lane. Our inbound.
Hey, Zavala, wanna know what a transmat zone dreadnought looks like?
You landed a Guardian on the dreadnought without authorization.
Oh, right. Can I have authorization?
Discuss it later. Guardian, take that tech or the transit zone matter.
I'll bring down some ammo crates from the ship. You're going to... I'll down some ammo crates to ship. You're going to...
Guardian, Kane just briefed us on your unorthodox. Your, no matter the method, is a vanguard victory. You have our thanks.
Everyone loves a bad idea when it works. Now, excuse me, Guardian, I have to go have an uncomfortable conversation with Eris about her ship. Get home safe.
Anything for you? All done.
Where to begin? I expected you'd choose one. I hope we help, Guardian.
Every moment counts. You understand, then?
The city really lights up, doesn't it?
Okay, what do you... Does it have the keys to a dreadnought? I'm gonna rip that beast wide open. My wings are clipped. Good as all.
Where we go? We need your intelligence to get to the Taken King.
You have something for me?
That is not what it was.
That team's going places.
I mourn the awoken. But we must think of ourselves.
Excuse me, Guardian. Oh, here we are.
doesn't. But you can't get peace without leading. I don't care if the city supports us. It'll fall in line.
You did this before.
Block by block.
Done. Oh. Where was this? There was nothing more we could have done.
Oryx could be anywhere on the Dreadnought. With time, we could find him, but we don't have time. The Cabal have been long enough to have really intelligent. The path to Oryx lies their ship.
The Cabal are still holding up multiple survivors.
Survival is a provision. Cut through. Get inside.
Who fights this hard at the crashed ship?
That's not a crash site. The only way those doors will open is to see. Draw them out. When those doors open, fight through it.
Zavala, we're in. What's next?
Cabal protocol is to detonate any ship that crashes. If they haven't after all this time, it must be a base of operations. They're looking for something on the Dreadnought. See what they know about Oryx.
Nice. There's a terminal nearby. It should be what we're looking for. The Cabal have located Oryx, seated in the center of the dream, reachable only through something they call a rupture.
Must be kind of portal. Have the Cabal one?
They've got a team heading for it right now.
Then I suggest you get there first.
Found the Cabal team headed for the rupture. They're outnumbered by him.
But when they say about the enemy of my enemy, something stands between you and the rupture, put it down.
That must be the rupture.
Eris, what's their next move?
Poland spoke of statues the Hive used to navigate ruptures.
We'll look for them. We found the Cabal team headed for the rupture. They're outnumbered by Taken.
Forget say about the enemy. Something stands between you and the rupture, put down.
That must be the rupture.
Eris, what's their next move?
Poland spoke of statues the Hive used to navigate ruptures.
We'll look for them. Oh, it's just recruited a Centurion.
Let him take all he wants. He won't be around long enough for it to matter.
I'll see if it's still active. It's linked to the root, but I can't understand how the Hive control it. Let's try another statue.
Control where the rupture leads. They could deliver us to orbit.
It's dead. But something's happening. Rupture.
The thrall will smother your life. Do not underestimate them as Tarlo did.
Forget about the thrall. Get through that rupture.
I don't think we're going that way.
Then it's true. Only the Ascendant can will a rupture to open.
There's something ascendant passing through right now. The rupture is closed.
It will only open for Ascendant Hive.
Then how do we reach Oryx?
Become your enemy. Become Ascendant.
We'll sort this out, Guardian. Head back to the tower when you can.
Whenever you need me again, Guardian.
We must make you an Ascendant Hive. Find the crystal that held Crota's soul, and hold in shadow, and let us into Crota's pit.
And if you learn anything.
It began but Crota was only a servant of his father, sent to extinguish the last of the light. Great battle fought for the soul of our world and slaughter. The sun was dead, invited the wrath of Oryx, destroyer of, taker of will. Only Ascendant Hive moved between rupture. To Oryx, you must walk in the dying footsteps of his son. You must become Ascendant.
Hold fast to Toland's journal. It saw me through my time in the dark.
Hold fast to your gun, Guardian. You're headed back in where they held Crota's. Alright, here's what needs to happen. We have to steal a chunk of Hive crystal that's still got a trace of Crota's soul, so you can pass the interdimensional portal on the Dreadnought and kill Oryx. Kylie, anything else, Paris?
It must be done before Oryx turns his flying eye. Get ready.
The journal contains an infinite amount of data. I should probably read it. Done. Some of this stuff is fascinating.
A dreadnought shields the Hive from the tristite. Were we to pass through its deepest layers, our light would be a dying sun.
I don't think it was much fun at parties.
If the thralls still feed, Crota's essence will endure. If thralls still feed, Crota's essence must...
It's gone. I think Rex just took an ogre.
Not even control ogre, unless it's taken. Quickly, I need a shard of crystal.
We've got it.
I knew it could be done. And does it still hold Spurfcro's soul?
According to my analysis, it's empty.
No matter. Turn to me, Guardian, and we will destroy.
Guardian, can you hear me?
Arcade? I think we've lost them. Something's blocking our signal and our... There's too many of them. Run! There's too many of them. Run! Eris, can't hear us. Still not connected. We have trapped Eris. locks this time.
We're going to lose her, just like Ariana.
The connection's stronger. Better to have a tomb husk and need it. Tomb husk and have it. 3 locks. Well, you can't say they aren't trying.
We must have or net creatures.
Guardian, is that you?
We made it out.
Taken will bring me his dead son's crystal.
That's how Eris says she appreciates your sacrifice. Glad you're still alive.
Good. Very good use. Looks face always.
The Hive are not worthless. I. Now, bathe it in Crota's essence to get through that. The Vanguard ignored my. Now
Look, Eris has a nice smile, but obviously she doesn't care if you live. Now, if you're gonna steal Crota's soul, you need some real cloaking.
stealing from Putin. You are entering a world you do not understand.
I'll do about her, Guardian. She's still mad at what you did to her ship. But we need cloaking tech to slip past it, and the water miner's got the code we need.
After all this time, how can we be sure Rasputin has...
Use my stealth drive you blew up.
breaching Rasputin's security.
You got the same vibe for me?
He will protect his domain.
More intentional goo. Take here.
What? Not possible. We sealed the complex after the Omnigal breach.
Look at this.
Oh, that does look bad. Okay, so if you see, how did they even get in there?
Taken are not bound by terrestrial constraints.
Yeah, I'll bet they'll be trained by terrific bullets.
track us so easily. Oryx really does hate us.
Which is exactly why we're here. We need those cloaking codes. Alright. So you pull out of Joe's.
These crypto systems follow no logic I understand. I'm not sure if it can be modern work on a Guardian.
Where do you think Blade Dancers got their cloaking ability?
If that got our satellite, we can and return to the moon. Steal. Cruel.
Okay, you've got the crystal. All you have to do now is fill it with Crota's soul. Higher in the middle, some kind of funeral. So
Not a funeral. A death ceremony. Crota's essence is being prepared for the next one.
right. So when you get to the funeral, Oryx will be watching close. Use what I spoke to slip the take it. Find Crota's soul, wrap it, get it out.
Where exactly are we headed?
When the Death Singers begin their song, you'll know we're close.
What she's trying to say is that she doesn't know.
And I will try not to step on his head.
Stay out of sight. We need you back alive. You have the frequency, Ghost?
And your modifications. We'll be ready.
Then move quietly and unseen.
Let's hope this works. Cloak. Let's see. Can you see?
Keep your distance. They can't see you, but they can still smell you. Eris can replace her ship. We can't replace you.
Cross the chasm, enter their world.
A true mask.
We've still got to avoid them. I hope they can't see this thing. Heard that.
That singers. They are prepared to soar the next round. Follow their cry. It was just as this when I walked in the dark. Their wretched songs in the wind as Ariana fell. Reach Crota's tomb and take what remained of his soul.
There are a lot of tombs here. How do we find Crotas?
You'll know it when you see it.
I think we found it.
Now, let the crystal drink from Crota's death essence.
It's working. How much do we need to pass as intended?
One taste, but steal all you can.
Something's wrong. We're exposed. Lock for transmat. Get there. We must have Crota's soul. They've got enough. Lock for transmat, Ghost. I can't. Everything is corrupted. Connect. Stay alive. We've got to make it back. Lock for transmat. Get out of there. We must have Crota's soul. They've got enough. Lock for transmat, Ghost. I can't. Everything is corrupted. I can't connect. Stay alive. We've got to make it back.
can't. Everything is corrupt. Connect. Sam, we've got to make it back.
Come with me.
You pulled us out.
There's nothing I fear more than the dark, but I will lose another guardian. You've imprisoned the last whisper of soul. It is left to you now. Find Oryx on the Dreadnought. Destroy him.
All this was set in motion long ago. He called, and the answer.
Okay. Commander. Jet. Guardian. Success.
Back arc. End it.
She's right, Guardian. There's no doubt in my mind it'll possibly work. Now, get to that rupture.
Okay, that's where the rupture should be.
Get it open. Once you're through, send your coordinates. To lock down your city and deploy reinforcements.
Sense the soul. You are ascendant.
We're going to have to finish this on our own. Scans are returning nothing. We're definitely somewhere, but no sign of force.
last hope of the line. I have taken entire worlds. You are not going to face me.
Guess where? It was open the other side. I can't promise it leads to Oryx, but there's definitely some bad. Wait.
We told him instead he spoke of terrors some you defeat.
Come for me, warrior of names. I will finish what Crota began.
It's Oryx. These statues, everything's created before Earth was formed. I wonder how world's Oryx taken. Cannot reach you.
set you free.
My queen, you were right. The Guardian was the key. For the first time, the whispers are silent. It is done. I have accepted my fate. I will not fail.
guardian who stared off. Looks very solid. Well, back to the fight.
For the dead. For all those lost. Thank you. The Taken King defeated, but not destroyed. Stay wary.
Another beastie in the dead book. Nice working with you again. You are my favorite. Shh. Don't tell anyone.
The warrants it. The people of the city and vanguard of the tower are in your debt. As long as I am commander here, your deed today shall be remembered.
Okay, what do you need? It isn't fun, but we need to set up some beacons so Vanguard can patrol the Dreadnought. Wish I could go with you, but who will watch this piece, alright?